it won't dry. It's staying wet.
I think that's what you want.
Hi.
We're here.
We're back.
We're back.
We didn't disappear off the face of the
We're
earth.
alive. Hello and welcome to Wheelie Blind, the podcast where, no, you're not imagining it, after 3 silent months, we are uploading a new episode.
Woo! Cue applause. I'm Neve.
And I'm Sam.
And we're so happy that you're still here.
Oh my god, hi.
Thank you for returning. Yeah, so we know we've been a little MIA recently and that our upload schedule is a dumpster fire. Uploaded, 5 times last year? That's not even once every 2 months, gang. Let's get that together. To be honest, we weren't sure of the longevity of this project when we conceived of it over a few margaritas one night at the end of 2024. But, you know, now we are in 2026 and that is the year of Wheelie Blind being consistent. We have received some really lovely feedback from you guys, our listeners, which is crazy to say because you're actually out there, and we know that because we got our Spotify Wrapped for creators last year and we can see you.
We also enjoyed various pieces of feedback from you last year, including our friend who recently tried to plug our podcast at a bar but called it Wheelie Disabled and had been thinking it was selfish of me not to include Neve's disability in the title. We feel like we've now found our feet, understand more of what we're doing here. So I have to hold the face mask. It's just falling in my mouth. For context, we're having a girls' weekend.
We're trying to relax
in an alpine town with face masks. I tell you what, the face masks are not relaxing.
Sam's currently holding hers back so that she can speak.
I'm holding my mouth hole. Bad name, called it. Can I say this with holding this, or are we going to laugh too much?
No, I just won't look at you.
Okay, good call. Right. Okay. We feel like we've now found our feet, understand more of what we're doing here, and have a little plan, kind of, sort of. We both still work basically full-time and are still wanting to keep this podcast anonymous. We have talked about it, and we feel like that's still how we want to progress. Mm-hmm. Mainly as I work in education, and I really value that, and Neves will talk you through her reasons soon. Having my face and body in a video, swearing and giggling about some disabled drunken exploit really doesn't bode well in my grown-up job. We know that might kind of shortchange us potentially in terms of reach because having visual content always reaches further. Mm-hmm. But for now, we just want to keep this for us and our tiny community. We're open to it growing, and I think ultimately being able to do something political with it would be sick.
Amazing.
Yeah. But the idea of being quote unquote internet famous makes me want to throw up. So do you feel the same, Nez?
Yeah, the idea of being internet famous sounds amazing to me.
Oh, well, there you go. We're two different people.
We are. But I also have a big girl job, and while this podcast works in really well with the work that I do, I would like to try and keep them separate. At least for the moment, I am just at the beginning of my career, and I have big career goals. So yeah, while everyone at my work knows about this,
hi.
Yeah, it just feels better that we continue doing it in the format that we've been doing it. It feels safer for both of us. It just feels a lot easier. Also, it means that we don't have to put makeup on every time we want to record.
So true. We have talked about maybe doing something visual. We have some games in mind. Mm-hmm. For later in the year.
Get excited.
There's
a schedule.
There truly is, and we do have some visuals in mind for a few of them.
It just won't be us.
It just won't be our faces. You don't need to see those anyway.
Yeah, and most of you know us in person anyway.
Exactly.
So you can see us in person. A few things are changing in 2026. We are starting with uploading every 3 weeks. Can you believe it? Cue applause track. That is crazy. Woo! So we are going to be uploading on Wednesdays, so...
Wheelie Wednesdays.
Wheelie Wednesdays.
Hell yeah.
Okay, get excited. Wheelie Wednesdays. Every 3rd Wednesday is a Wheelie Wednesday. Tell everyone. And yeah, so we're hoping to make that more frequent one day, but we're also wanting to make our goals achievable because, again, we uploaded 5 times last year. Plus a trailer. But that's like 2 minutes, so...
And we do have lives that have many other things going on.
Including basically full-time jobs.
Yeah. So we'll start with something consistent and then hopefully grow to something else.
We're also disabled.
Did you guys forget that?
Give us a fucking break.
In case you missed it. We've also had some conversations around platforms that we want to be using for this. Mm-hmm. We obviously understand that Spotify rightfully has come into hot water lately, so we do want to acknowledge that, as that has been our default for this year. Mm-hmm. We have the intention of distributing on more platforms.
We're looking into it. We're trying to figure out how we can do it.
So hopefully wherever you're listening at the moment is something that works for you.
So yeah, that's the plan.
Yay!
Very exciting news. We're finally kicking the ick when we talk about this podcast to people in real life.
Also wishful thinking, but you know.
Well, I'm just doing it. I'm doing exposure therapy. I literally plugged it at a work meeting with not only my full team, but another full team at work as well.
Hell yeah.
Because my manager bullied me into it. So we're going to start asking you to engage if you enjoy. I'm really sorry to have to do that. Sorry to sound like Shane Dawson in 2016. In brackets, no, I'm not. Hey, what's up, you guys? But it's actually really great for us to see how you guys feel about what we do here. And yeah, if there's stuff that you want to hear from us, that is so cool. We need your help to reach more people and ultimately destroy the hegemonic ableist agenda.
That's what we're here to do. Let's be real.
So please like and subscribe and give us a rating and review. 5 stars. If you give us 5 stars, we'll give you 5 stars wherever you need it.
That's how that works.
Just email us, wheelieblind@gmail.com. And we will actually upload reliably now, so it's worth doing.
And if you learn something, or we make you laugh, or you were challenged, please tell people about us. Tell your mum. Tell your older brother. Tell your boss. We don't mind if you used to date one of us and it's actually easy to listen to her discussing her needs now because you can hit pause whenever you want. A listener is a listener. First time! Our last few months have been quite eventful, Miss Neve. And when I wrote that script, didn't realise quite how eventful it would have been.
You just wait for the next episode.
Get ready, everyone. And for this episode, our wrapping up of 2025, we have some anecdotes, bloopers, and thoughts to share with you to round out the year. Our next upload will be our first official of 2026, and then our rebrand takes off. Woo! Right, I'm going to take this off because I can't hold my mouth hole open every time.
Our Lord and Saviour, Jenna Marbles, all hail Jenna Marbles, used to upload extra content from her videos at the end of every year. So as a treat to those of you who had Wheelie Blind as your #1 Spotify Wrapped podcast, we thought we'd give you some snippets of where this little podcast all began.
The snippets that we're going to share with you here are from when I was lying in bed one night last summer thinking, how do I pitch this to Neve? And this is how I pitched it to Neve.
Enjoy.
Okay. Sorry if you hear licking in the background. That is Nicholas, not me. Welcome to the podcast that doesn't have a title just yet, but will be really dope. I'm coming to you today from my bed where my cat is just decided to have a bath the moment that we started. So this is awful. This is horrible. I'm going to keep going. Today, I will be talking about disabled dating. I have ample macho experience in this area. In my 26 years of life, it's been gripping stuff. I was dating this guy and he didn't tell me where we were going. He just said, come out with me on Monday night. And I said, sure. We go out for drinks first and I'm like, cool, off the hook, great. It's a glass of wine in a downstairs bar, easy. And then we drive into town. I realise we're going to a Nora Jones concert. Nevs, you know this story anyway. This is why this will be so good for us to do together, because you're already in this anecdote. We are just outside the town hall and I say, we need to take the lift. If anyone asks, I have an injury. And he said, sure, okay. I'd also had like 2 glasses of wine on an empty stomach, so I was feeling a little bit like, who gives a shit? But that was an interesting moment, which worked out fine. And then where the fuck do we go from there? We really need more script. Anyway, this is kind of the idea that I have. I've talked into my phone for 7 minutes now. I don't know. Love you.
All right. Hope you all enjoyed that. I certainly did when I got that at like 9 p.m. on a Sunday.
I think it's Queen Lear time.
Oh my goodness. Okay, so just a little insight into my year last year, because you didn't hear much of it, like 5 hours worth. I was in a play. Yeah, it was a very cool experience. I feel like I didn't even think of like the podcast connection. So we recorded the King Lear. Nope.
Yeah.
We recorded your Richard III episode, and then shortly after that we recorded my Blindness in Fiction episode, and I talked about King Lear because obs, Gloucester, eyes plucked out.
Yum.
Sorry, spoiler alert.
I mean, Shakespeare's really new. People might not know what happens.
I also like fully talked about it in that episode. Why are you starting with this one? But yeah, so we spoke about King Lear for like maybe the first time in my entire life. And then suddenly, saw an audition notice for not King Lear, but Queen Lear, which was a queer interpretation of King Lear. And I was like, oh, blindness and queerness? Hit me where it hurts.
So good.
And yeah, I tottled along to the audition, and then I was like, feel like I did a terrible job, but I was very open about the fact that I was visually impaired, and so the director said, you're probably not gonna want to do a cold read, and I was like, if you really want me to, I can. He gave me the script for the cold read beforehand so that I could read through it, and then in the audition he said, you know what, cold read is like way too stressful, that sucks, we're just gonna do something else with you. So immediately I was like, okay, I'm in like a safe space with a group of really cool people, and then I got a call back, which was crazy. And then I got offered a part, and I played Burgundy in Queen Lear. So I was trying to marry Cordelia, but just for the monies, not because I loved them. And then because that is just a very small part at the start of the play, I also got to be a part of the chorus of Bedlam Beggars. So I was basically sitting on stage pretending to be really sad and poor for the whole play, which was so cool. It was honestly such a cool experience. It was a crazy rehearsal schedule, like basically 3 days a week, every week for months on end. And then we did 2 weeks worth of performances. Yeah, it was such a wonderful experience. The company that I did it with was so wonderful. And I am hoping that I'm sure they'll be doing another show this year. And I'm hoping to continue doing that. For a little bit of context, in case you don't know, 3 people listening, I did theatre all through school and a little bit after school, and then I hadn't done any since, so it had been 10 years since I'd done any sort of acting or theatre, and yeah, it was amazing and I loved it so much. So yeah, that's now a part of my life. So not only podcaster, full-time job haver, but also actress. I did get paid, so professional actress.
Also, for context, Neve was like the actress of our cohort. Like, it's when she says, oh, I just did like a little bit of theatre in high school. Like, she was Elizabeth Proctor in The Crucible. She is our nation's finest, truly. So I can't believe it took you so long to get back into it, and watching you get back into it was such an honor and a joy, and she absolutely nailed it. And it brought back some of that like theatre kid joy that I think we forget as we grow older. Definitely. So that was bless you.
Sorry, fam.
Go sneeze. So that was so exciting, and so exciting that you were able to find a space that was safe in multiple ways for you as well.
Yeah.
Oh, so cool.
It was
it's
so
amazing.
Cool. Amazing.
I attend little like coffee group meetups through the Muscular Dystrophy Association, which is kind of like the main organisation in our country that supports people with muscular conditions, kind of a generalisation, but that's the summary, often host like little coffee groups around the country just for us to connect. And it's something that I was always terrified of doing growing up. Like, how horrific. I could never do that. I'm not disabled enough. I'm not social enough. They're all going to be older than me and different and scary. I love it. It's absolutely amazing and sweet and adorable. And I learn so much, and it's so validating. And sometimes it's just like, hey, what's wrong with you? But it's from someone else that has something wrong with them.
Yeah.
And it's asked ironically, and we have an understanding of like, we're asking this ironically because we're all in the same boat here. And there's just an inherent understanding that comes with people that have a similar condition to you.
Yeah.
Anyway, sometimes we have like guests that come, and I was talking to this woman who was just hilarious and totally bonkers, and she's heavily involved in theatre. She doesn't live in the same city as us. She's somewhere up north. But we had a conversation around theatre, and I asked her what her experience was like doing theatre as a disabled woman, and how she worked that out, how she continued with it, like what advice she had. And she said the quote, and I've written this down in 8 different places so it can follow us through to this podcast: "Don't make me a promise, show me your plan." As in, like, when you're working with creators, don't promise me you're going to do this, this, and this. Don't say you're going to be accessible and have it up a flight of stairs. Show me your plan. Show me this is what I'm going to do and how I'm going to do it. And she says she's really strict with that. And as like an actor, and also as someone who's sometimes in charge of those spaces as well, that's what she found worked for her. And I thought that is
incredible.
Such good advice, right?
Yeah, really good advice.
Yeah. So theatre and disability, hey bitch, we exist in the same space.
Hell yeah.
And it's a great time. Hell yeah. Okay, I am not as much of a thespian at all as my business partner here, but I've never called you that. But it's kind
love that.
It's kind of how it feels.
Yeah.
Hey. I also did a little spot of theatre this year. My school does a charity show every couple of years, and every time I do it, I'm like, why the fuck am I doing this? But then I always get FOMO if I don't. So I push through, and it's the second show that I've done using my chair on stage, which I did the first time because a few years before that, when I did choreo without a chair on stage, I was terrified of falling over the entire time. And me falling over is not me getting back up. It's me being lifted up like a corpse. We don't want to do that in front of an entire auditorium full of teenagers.
Ideally not.
Ideally not. So then the chair I felt much safer in. It is more faff, but it's just less fear. And it also is kind of fun. And I rehearsed doing pirouettes, which was terrific, but I almost ran over a colleague. So we didn't do it on the night, but I did do a sprinkler move. It was a good time, and I always put little disco balls on my chair, or like little Christmas lights, which is really fun. So watch out, we really blind coming to a theatre near you.
On stage!
Oh! My next anecdote is this. So we are having spa night tonight.
We sure are.
And I actually have an anecdote from the last time I went to these hot pools, which was such a victorious realization. So I thought we could round out this episode, which we are now aware will be quite short.
But, you know, this is still part of last year, technically. So it's just a little wrap up. We'll be back with the regularly way too long podcasts very soon.
Absolutely. And you can just put this on while you clean the bathroom, and then you're done.
And then it's done.
You're
And
so
look
welcome.
at that. Bathroom's clean.
So I thought we could share at the end of this podcast some positive moments from last year. We've both gone through a lot of change, you and me, the last year. And I think a lot of it has been for good. Although it doesn't always feel like that when the changes are happening. I do think you emerge from the ugly cocoon with more perspective.
Yes.
So, okay, I need to try to remember this now. Because it was a while ago. But I wrote this down because I thought this would be really funny to share with you, because it was one of the first times this has ever happened to me.
Yeah.
Went to the hot pools with our very dear friend, Miss Rachel. I came down to crash with her for a few nights, and we went to the pools. How do I make this sound like a good story? Because it's not amazing. At the pools, my note on our script here is you can't hide much at the hot pools. You can't hide much at the hot pools. You can't walk in 3 scarves and sweatpants and a beanie. It's here is my body. Welcome to my body.
Yep.
So that also means not only can we can't really hide our bodies, we also can't really hide the way that we move.
Mm-hmm.
And not so bad when you're in the pools and you're in the water and like that pressure is off your joints and no one's really noticing because you're all slow and weird in the water. But when you get up out of the pools and walk beside them to the next pool, you are elevated. It's like you're on a stage and everyone in the pools can now see you walking basically naked.
From a very unflattering angle.
From a very, like a really not cute low angle shot. So, I don't know, I always, especially as a woman, I also feel very like seen at the pool, which is not always a fun feeling.
Mm-hmm.
But I had gone through some very big life changes when I was last at the pools, and I'd kind of reached a point where I didn't give a shit. And I've reached that point a few times, I think, recently, where I'm like, what the fuck am I meant to do? I have to move in a way that I have to move. I walk how I have to walk. Mm-hmm. They're going to watch me, whatever. Like, I could not be bothered masking. I think I didn't care, and I also was feeling fine enough that I just couldn't be bothered.
Mm-hmm.
So I wasn't masking in terms of movement. I wasn't trying to be like, okay, shoulders back, arse in. Like, lift my legs in a normal way. Because at the end of the day, I can't really move entirely able-bodied looking. There's always going to be something a little bit off, I think. Maybe. I don't really know. I kid myself that's not true, but I think that's the case. So I'm moving in a way that I move. Couldn't be bothered masking. Who cares? And then we move into a new pool, and there is a group of young men right beside the stairs. Listeners of this podcast know how much Sam hates stairs. Hates.
I thought you were going to say hates groups of young men.
That too! Absolutely. Class those two together. So yeah, men and stairs beside each other. Horrific.
Awful.
Has to do the stairs. How else do I get into this pool?
Dive.
Or like dive. Or walk another 10 minutes around the pool to get to an entrance that they're not at.
Yeah.
Okay, fine, let's do it. Did it. Walked down the stairs in front of these young men, basically naked, couldn't care less. Got in, went to get a drink from the swim up bar, and Rachel was like, they were totally checking out your ass.
Yeah, they were.
Fair enough, my ass is the size of Jupiter. But I had a moment of being like, wait, I was being perceived, basically naked and not masking, and I was still seen as attractive.
Yeah.
I mean, potentially. That could have just been Rach gassing me up. But I did have a second of being like, hold the fuck on. I can be visibly disabled and also very cute. And there was no other way of reading that because I've got no makeup. My hair is frizzy because the pools are hot. She's in a little tiny little one piece. There I am disabled.
And cute! Yay! Oh my god!
So that's my positive story.
That's such a good story!
Thanks for listening. And then we had a foursome. It's not true, Mum, I promise. I went home to Rachel's and we watched a movie.
Oh god, that really got me.
Thank you so much. Have you had any moments this year of disability? We need to think of a word for it, like disability euphoria?
Oh, I like that. Yeah. I think I definitely have, but I think smaller moments sprinkled throughout the year. I went to, through work, a lot of like conferences and different meetings around the country, and I felt, I mean, this makes sense if you know where I work, but I felt really, really comfortable using my cane and not masking, holding my device, laptop, iPad, phone as close to my face as I needed to, which felt really, really good without me even thinking about it. Like, not me having to be like, oh, you're masking, unmask. I was doing it naturally, which felt really, really good. But even like just meeting new people outside of my work, I didn't feel like I needed to put my cane away, or if I was, you know, going for a walk down to a bar or a coffee shop with people that I usually wouldn't use my cane around, I would continue to use my cane, which is massive for me because I only started using my cane consistently, like on a daily basis, at the very end of 2024. So this has not been a long time for me yet. And I feel like using my cane has made such a big difference in my life. Not only for mobility, but just for my confidence levels and feeling good. Unfortunately, my beloved pink and black cane, Armour cane, did get left in an Uber.
Boo!
I messaged the driver. He said he'd drop it off and he never did, which is crazy because they just get like $20 from me if they drop it off to me. So like
And also that's someone's fucking mobility aid. What kind of fuckwit is like, I'm not going to return this lifeline?
So yeah, we are back to using just a standard red and white, which I don't like. So that is one of the goals for 2026 is to order a Armour cane 2.0. And then maybe another fun one. And maybe we rhinestone it or cricket it, like let's have some fun with the mobility aids this year, fam.
We are sitting here with an open box of about probably 4,000 rhinestones.
Yeah.
We are thinking of crafting.
So we got the rhinestones. So it was a really, really good year, disability euphoria wise last year.
Yay!
And I felt really proud to be loud and unapologetic about it, which was really, really cool. I didn't think I'd ever get to that point in my life.
High school us would be like, who are those women? What?
Why does she have a cane? She doesn't need a cane. She's not blind enough to need a cane.
Okay, my last observation is about a film that came out last year. Because, a little bit of film analysis. It's what we do here on the Wheel of Lime podcast. With some friends, I watched the recent Knives Out film, which is Wake Up Dead Man. And we just had some chocky and put it on the projector, and I wasn't expecting to have any intelligent thoughts. I also never expect to have any disability representation in a film when I sit down to watch it. It's never a thing that I'm consciously looking for because, let's be honest, it basically never is. Spoiler alert, obviously. If you haven't seen it, I am about to reveal a part of the ending here. Also, a great film, just aside from what I'm about to say. I did really enjoy it. There is a character in a chair, and so my ears obviously always prick up. Wow, I wonder how much they're going to fuck this one up, because let's be honest, that's what nearly always happens. At one point, I think she stands from the chair, and another character, yells. The quote that she says is, "I can walk, it just hurts." I feel so seen.
Oh,
hello, it's me. Put me in your Netflix.
I am an actress.
And then I went, they know what they're doing here. Because let's just reiterate for the people in the nosebleeds that a lot of people that use wheelchairs can actually also walk. Yeah. Fucking crazy.
Whoa.
Wow. So hooray for that being a thing. I do think sometimes if I'm around someone I don't know very well and I stand from the wheelchair and I pretend it's a big deal, it gets a lot of laughter. So it is quite fun to be like, a miracle has happened! Jesus is risen! Whatever. At the end of the film, there's, as often happens with a film, there's a denouement. Everything wraps up and it's a happy ending and whatever. At the end, I think the expectation was everyone's fixed and good. And so when they went in on her character, I was like, fuck, she's going to be fucking cured, because the only way a human life is valuable is if they're fully non-disabled and cured. And so then I again prepared to throw something across the room. But the line is something like, some found their miracle not being cured or fixed, but finding the strength to wake up and try every day despite the pain. And it has Kaylee playing the instrument that she loves playing in pain, but still finding ways to do it, which probably seems like not a very satisfying ending, but that felt like an absolute victory of let's unlearn me before you and have an ending that's realistic and actually okay. We can still do what we love. It just kind of sucks in a lot of ways.
Yeah.
And
that's so lovely, though.
Yay, Netflix.
That kind of makes me want to cry.
Right?
Yeah.
Very, very big fan of that. And I hope even just those little moments mean that there is a, shifting in the zeitgeist. That would be very exciting. Also, Netflix, we've got some bones to pick with the Duffer Brothers. But the
I'm winding up my fist.
The production value was great. So
And thank you for Jamie Campbell Bower.
Let's not open that can of worms. We'll be here. Wowee. Oh, was there anything you watched or read this year that you were like, yay?
So I recently rewatched the first 3 seasons of You, because once it gets to the 4th season, it's shit, and I haven't even gotten all the way through it. Never going to. First 3 seasons are great. The 2nd season is the best. 3rd season is second best. No one cares. But so in the 3rd season of You, as in starring Penn Badgley on Netflix.
Yummy.
It was following a watch of Gossip Girl, so I was on a Penn Badgley kick.
Understood.
So I was watching that, and there is a character in there who is blind, and he's also gay. Oh my god, I didn't even think about that. We love intersectionality.
I was going to say the word intersectionality. Hell yeah.
But so he's blind, and at the beginning it's giving like, because it's You, it's a little bit like spooky weird. It's giving, the first time I watched it years ago, and even this time, because it's been so long since I watched it, I couldn't really remember the trajectory of the season. But it was giving like, oh, he's going to end up being able to, he's been seeing everything that Joe's doing all the time, and it's not. He's just blind. That's just a fact. You know, they have to tell him what they're doing, where he works in the library, so that he knows what's going on. But he works in a fucking library. Like, it's amazing. He's totally blind. Like, no usable vision whatsoever. And then, spoiler alert, at the end of the season, him and his husband have been trying to adopt a baby for years and years and years, unsuccessfully, because they're in America in 2020, 2021. So, yeah, they were struggling to adopt a baby. And then Joe ends up killing his wife and leaving their baby with this couple. And it was just so lovely to be like, oh, yeah, no, Joe knows that this blind man and his husband are going to be far better parents than I am. The serial killer, even though I don't consider myself a serial killer. But it was just so lovely. Like, that was just a side plot. They didn't have to, like, none of the plot of any of the, like, crazy stories had anything to do with the fact that he was blind. He just is blind. And I love that when characters just are blind.
Yeah.
For no reason.
Not a plot device, not a metaphor.
Because it wasn't a plot device in the slightest. It was just like, yeah, he's blind.
I love that.
Full stop. So, yeah, big fan. Good job, Netflix. But again, Duffer Brothers.
What are y'all doing?
We're coming for you.
Honestly.
We're going to need a 6th season. Thank you.
Come on. Incredible.
Yeah.
Should we wrap up?
Yeah. Thank you so fucking much. Seriously, thank you so fucking much for listening this year.
It's crazy, man.
Yeah. We know that we were in some of your Spotify Wraps as a top podcast.
We know.
Which is so silly and goofy and perhaps embarrassing for a few of you. But we really, really appreciate you listening, regardless of how you know us or who you are. We're super, super grateful and kind of gobsmacked that you keep tuning in. So thank you. And please continue to.
That's so crazy. And even though we're super teeny tiny, this is so much fun. And even the fact that, although obviously our uploads have been very scarce, we've still been doing this for a year.
Yeah.
And that's so cool.
That's incredible. Yeah.
And I'm an Aries. I love starting things and then never finishing them.
Yeah.
So, hell yeah.
I'm a classic hobby collector. I'll do something hardcore for 4 months and then no more. So
And we still go.
look at us go.
Yay. We know we were probably only your number 1 Spotify Wrapped podcast because you listen to like one other podcast.
Or no other podcast.
But that's super cool anyway. That's so funny and weird and incredible. So please stay with us as we move into our 2nd season. We have
Season 2.
We have plans. And we are just so excited to yap at you for so many more episodes to come.
So many hours of yapping.
Oh, get ready. Get ready. We love you. Goodbye.
We love you so much. Goodbye.